Today on Mo's Toy Room, Trick or Treat Studios brand new action figures. Here comes the bad boys from Haunt. Alright folks, so before we go any further, please make sure that you're nice subscribed to this channel. Hit that bell for notifications so that way you don't miss another video in the future. Also feel free to hit the like button and feel free to leave a comment. It only helps our channel grow. Alright folks, so right here we have from Trick or Treat Studios, the very brand new 2-packs from the hit movie Haunt. We have the Vampire and the Witch, Devil and Clown, and Ghost and Zombie. These right now are up for pre-order right now on Trick or Treat Studios. I believe you might be able to get maybe 1 or 2 packs, but I believe this one is still on a pre-order. So you might want to go on to Trick or Treat Studios directly and pick them up from them. They retail for $24.99 each. So I feel it's a pretty good bargain due to the fact that over the last week I have unboxed and reviewed the Children of the Corn 2-pack, which had Malachi and Isaac, and I also unboxed and reviewed Candy Corn, which had Jacob Atkins, and it also had Dr. Death. So you could go down into my library. It shouldn't be very hard to find them. There are some of the next videos in there, so that way you can watch those videos. But right here, it is about these guys. If you have never ever seen this movie is unbelievable. I believe that it is on Shudder right now, so you can watch it. It's one of those movies that they made and it didn't flop. It just got a cult following. This is going to be one of those ones, give it 10 or 20 years from now, they're going to try remaking it and just butchering the movie like they do with anything else because people can't think of anything new. But this movie is new, folks. They hit it down to the T. It's about some kids that go to a haunted house. The only thing about this haunted house is everything in there is real. And, you know, I don't want to give too many spoilers if you've never seen this, but this movie's been out for a year or two already. And these masks only cover the sinister faces that are underneath there, that are carved in their own faces. Their faces are designed to look like the characters that they portray in the haunted house, but these guys do some serious butchering. All right, folks, so before I go any further, these action figures are recommended for ages 17 and up, not intended for children, not intended for any small children. Please, whatever you do, these things contain small parts for your children. Also, if you have a lot of animals in your house, this would be one of those ones to where you do not want any of them grabbing any of these because there are a lot of choking hazards and it's going to be a bad thing all the way around. All right, folks, so what we are going to do is we're going to turn these guys around so that way you could see what the back of the card looks like on these. You can see right there the way that they got it looking. Trick or Treat Studios is doing big things. And I love what they're doing. I love that they brung stuff like this to the table because this reminds me of that old throwback 80s horror. Straight up the way it is. That's how good this movie is. I am very impressed with it. Like I said, if you've never seen it, make sure you catch it. I believe it's on Shudder right now, the movie Haunt. All right. So you can see all the backside, the way the Trick or Treat Studios decorated this. They even did like good, like solid packaging. And I almost hate to open these due to the fact that these packaging are so beautiful. So maybe in the future, maybe if I could catch some later on in good condition, you know, I have some extra funds, I wouldn't mind having a full set on card also. But I've been talking and saying I want to bring these to my channel. So we are going to unbox and review these on my channel. So right here, the Vampire, he is going to have, it looks like he has, I'm not sure if that's his gun. Yeah, he has a gun. So you can see him right there. And then the Witch also has like a stake. So what she does, she heats that thing up and then she just gouges it right through people's heads. All right. And then we have the Devil right here. The Devil will use his pitchfork, and then the Clown also uses his sledgehammer. These guys are very brutal in what they do. And then right here you have the Ghost and the Zombie. The Ghost is just one badass that just kind of lures those kids in to think that he's their friend and then just totally just sets him up big time for disaster. And then you have the zombie, which is a chainsaw welding freak. Straight up the way it is, folks. All right, so let's crack these babies open and see what they got. All right, folks, let's do the tail of the tape on these guys. So right here, the vampire is looking at 4 inches. The witch is also looking at about 3 3/4 inches. So yeah, and then, yeah, the devil's definitely the taller one out of the group. He is almost 4 1/4 inches. And the clown is 4 inches. The ghost looks like he is also 4 inches. And then the zombie is almost at 4 1/4 inches. So the zombie and the devil are the tallest. So when you look at centimeters wise, yeah, they're pushing easily slightly over 10.5 centimeters, almost 10 3/4 centimeters on the taller ones, and then the smaller ones are looking at, let's see, about 10 1/4. This one's looking at about 10 centimeters. The witch is looking at about 10 centimeters, and then the vampire, he is slightly taller, so he's like 4 1/4 centimeters. So him and the vampire, the devil, and the zombie are clearly the biggest ones out of the group. All right, so one thing that's interesting about this is on the backer card. So you can see on the backer card right here, I don't know if you could see it fully through, but if you really look, they have a picture of the clown. This one right here, he's the main one. So he is on the inside. That's really cool. And then it also has pictures of the devil and the witch mixed in there, so you can see that. Looks really cool. I like that. That's why I said I wish I had an extra set to have on cart. All right, so these guys only have about 5 points of articulation. There's not really much to them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a turn so you can see the back side of them. These ones tend to be standing all right, so not bad. You can see that how they look. And then the witch and the vampire have capes. So they have their cloth capes, which are really cool. And if you want to look and see what they got underneath there, there you go. And then the witch has that. They're almost like Star Wars figures. They would pair up pretty cool, like, you know, like if they're like in a little cantina or something, you know. And then, all right, so you got to look real good. So here's the gun. The gun goes to the vampire, and then here is that like fire pick or whatever, and you could tell they kind of tried to make it look heated from when that witch would heat that thing up and then just stick it right through people's heads. It's just brutal. And then you can see the devil's pitchfork, really hard material, so yeah, be careful with that one. The sludge hammer. Trick or Treat Studios is doing it. And I'm so glad that somebody had the balls to be able to do figures like this, you know. And Trick or Treat Studios is only going to benefit from it because this is new. And this is something that the horror genre has been waiting for a long time. And then the chainsaw. Nothing really special about the saw, but it's not bad. All right, folks, so we're going to start our review off with the ghost. The ghost head does not turn. So these guys are typically about 5 points of articulation. So right now the ghost is looking like he has 4 points. Arms will go up and around, and then the legs will do that. And that's pretty much about it, folks. Reminds you of the old like Anakin Skywalker figures and the Emperor figures from Star Wars, right? Okay, so we'll back the ghost up, and then you could see the zombie. Let me put them both up for that way you can see what they look like. Really cool. Okay. So we will do the zombie, and then the zombie, his head will go, and you can spin it all the way around. Very cool. I like the way that this looks. And then also he has articulation just in the shoulders, and then in the running pose right there. You know, so you can see our zombie right there. All right, folks, so next on the radar is the devil and the clown. So the devil does have articulation in his head. So his head will go side to side. Arms do go up. Pardon me if you can't. Trying to get my fingers out of the way because these guys are so small. Okay. And it would have been cool if you could have took the mask off of these guys and they had like their faces underneath. And then, yeah, these are new molds. So he's going to be the same way. Just that running pose. So, yeah. And then the clown will obviously be the same way. Clown has really good look to him. You can see all the way around like that. And let me bring the devil up too, so that way you could see what he looks like. Put him in there. Yeah, they did a good job on these. Okay. So as we were saying, the clown's arms, these are only 5 points of articulation, folks. So that's what we got for these guys. All right, so next on the list is the vampire and the witch. You can see how they look right there up in the front. They look really good. Cloth capes on them. They too will be the same exact way. Only head side to side articulation that can go around, and then the articulation in the arms and then in the legs. Yeah, these are just 5 points of articulation, so not really much, but it's pretty cool that they brung a cloth cape. So make sure that you don't lose that. This is going to be one of these things to where, you know, like these Star Wars figures, you're going to have to really keep them pristine and in their original form. And then we have the witch. She is pretty cool. So you have that. Head goes side to side. Yeah, I think I might have to go downstairs and go watch this movie again. I love this movie. It's really fun to watch. And then there's our witch right there. All right, folks. So here is all 6 characters holding their weapons. They hold their weapons really good. You can't go wrong with these. Hit up Trick or Treat Studios now. Get your orders in. Make sure you get them before they sell out. Also, you can go on to eBay, and you can check out like the Toy Slayer. He's a friend of mine. He also has them in stock right now. And then I'm not sure with Big Bad Toy Store if they're going to carry these. You could double check. But Nightmare Toys might have these as well. I'm not sure on that. I'm just putting out a guess. But I know for a fact the Toy Slayer on eBay has them right now. And then Trick or Treat Studios themselves have them available now. But I believe this one is still on a pre-order. So you can double check it and it could change. And they'll probably just send them all out together for you. All right, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment. And also make sure that you are subscribed. So that only helps our channel grow. So that way we could do a lot more like this for you in the future, especially with Halloween time rolling around, folks. All right, so if you've never seen the movie Haunt, check out Shudder. Check them out. Haunt is an excellently made movie. It's my opinion only. Absolutely love it. All right, so from Moe's to yours, everyone. Good night.